Hello and welcome. So, you're on the path to becoming a permanent resident or even a citizen of the UK. Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're jumping right into the official Life in the UK handbook, starting with the real basics from chapters 1 and 2. We're talking values, principles, and what the United Kingdom even is. Let's get started and unpack what it means to be part of Britain today.
Here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the big picture, the vision for the UK. Then, we'll zoom right in on the core principles you absolutely need to know. After that, we'll talk about this pact between you and the country, get into the nitty-gritty of the test itself, and wrap up with a geography lesson so we all know our Great Britain from our UK. Sound good? Let's go.
So what's the first impression the UK wants to give? Right from page 1, the official guide sets a really specific, you could say aspirational, tone. Did you catch that? They immediately blend the old with the new. It's not just about history. It's about a thriving and modern society. The whole idea is that this is a forward-looking place that wants new people to come and contribute. This vision is pretty much the foundation for the entire test.
And that really gets to the heart of why this test exists. It's set up to be more than just a pop quiz. It's a formal step on your journey. When you pass, you're basically showing that you're ready to embrace the values of the society we just read about.
Okay, so if you're demonstrating that you're ready to join in, what are these core values you're expected to get behind? Well, the handbook is super clear about this. It lays out 5 fundamental principles.
And here they are. You can think of these 5 as the non-negotiable bedrock of British life. It's kind of like a package deal, you know? You get a say through democracy and you have individual liberty, but at the same time, you have to respect that the law applies to everyone. You have to be tolerant of different beliefs, and you're expected to get involved in your community.
And this pledge, this is where those principles become a real personal promise. The key words here are loyalty and uphold its democratic values. It takes that abstract list of ideas and turns it into a solid personal commitment you make to the country and everyone in it. This brings us to a really central idea in the handbook. It's this concept of a two-way street, like a social contract between you, the individual, and the UK as a whole.
And this is the crucial part. It's all about balance. Your side of the deal involves responsibilities, things like obeying the law and treating people fairly. In return, the state guarantees your freedoms and protects them by law. Freedom of belief, freedom of speech, freedom from discrimination. It's presented as a relationship built on mutual respect.
All right, so that's the big picture thinking behind the test. But what about the practical side of things? How do you actually prove you get all this? Let's get into the details.
Everything you need to know boils down to this number, 24. You're going to face 24 multiple-choice questions, and they can be pulled from the entire handbook. So yep, anything we're talking about today is fair game. Since October 2013, the process has been pretty clear. There are 2 main hurdles to clear for settlement. First, you pass the test we're talking about right now. Second, you have to show separate proof that your English speaking and listening skills are up to scratch. It's a 2-part deal to show you're ready to integrate.
Now this is important. Here's where you need to go to get things done. Always use the official sources. The UK Border Agency website, which now directs you to gov.uk, that's for your applications. The official Life in the UK test website is the only place you should book your test. And gov.uk can help you find language courses. Just be careful and stick to the official channels.
Okay, for our final section, let's bring this all back down to earth. We've talked about values and tests, but where does all this actually happen? It's time to get crystal clear on what the UK really means.
This is probably one of the most common mix-ups, and it's something you definitely need to know for the test. So what is the difference between these 2 terms?
And here's the simple answer. Great Britain is the main island, the landmass that has England, Scotland, and Wales on it. The United Kingdom, which is the official name of the country, is Great Britain plus Northern Ireland. So you can think of the UK as the political country and Great Britain as the main geographical bit.
And it gets even more specific when you look at a breakdown like this. The first column, that's easy. Those are the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom. But then you've got places like the Channel Islands or the Falkland Islands. They're called Crown Dependencies or overseas territories. The key thing you have to remember is this. They have strong links to the UK, but they are not part of it. They govern themselves.
So there you have it. From the big ideas to the lines on the map, that's the framework from the first couple chapters of the guide. But you know, a country is so much more than just principles and borders. It's a story. The real question is, are you ready to dig into the long and fascinating history that created the Britain we see today?
We're going to dive into all of that in our next explainer. See you then.